So 2025 has been off to a pretty slow start. I had these expectations for the year, and a few days in, a week in, everything just felt like nothing was really going anywhere. I however did make minimal effort, just small effort. I even applied for one or two jobs online. I wasn't really expecting anything from it, nothing positive or anything. Just me applying was some form of accomplishment. If that makes sense. I've never applied for any job. Let's just say I've never really worked. I've never really had any job. So in the spirit of trying something new, I even applied, because if you're gonna try new things, you need a job because you're unemployed, then you need to get comfortable with the idea of applying for jobs and whatnot. So yeah, that was something. So in a sense, it felt like something small, some minor accomplishment. I did something different, I tried out something new. So regardless of the outcomes, the whole purpose was just slowly start just getting comfortable with even just generally applying for jobs, just get comfortable with it, and then maybe we can have expectations afterwards. Then maybe you can be I'm applying for a job, hoping that I get employed. But for now, it was just really to just get started, just start getting used to it. If I'm being honest, adulting has never really been my strongest suit, and I'm doing it for the first time, and me saying I'm doing this for the first time isn't an excuse or anything. It's just simply a fact. I am doing this for the first time. Every time I turn a new age, I'm that age for the first time. So there really isn't a proper guide, on how to. We're just gonna call it adulting for now. There really isn't a guide on how to maneuver adult and really figure out the whole process and everything. Granted, we do say go online and look up videos, people maybe sharing experiences or ideas or whatever, videos things that I did things that I'm doing in my age, things to do in your age, that how to properly do ABC before age so and so and so, those are just, yeah, in a way it's they can be thought of as guides, but for it to kind of be helpful, like you need to somehow relate, and like for me, I don't feel like I really relate to most of like those videos, so hence why I'm like, I just don't feel like I have this is how I should go about ABC, this is what I should be doing, like, it really isn't that, like, I come across a video, like, I watch the video, I like it, it's like, okay, but like, I don't feel like I can really like try and implement what I'm getting from the video, because like practically we're not relating like that, so it's like, so I just don't feel like I have that guide, so I'm just trying to figure this whole thing out, like, as I go. So yeah, it does happen that majority of the times I just end up lost that some way, but like this time around, however small it is, I am gonna try and make an effort, just so that, we'll see how things go. We like try to do certain things differently and all that. I feel like I somehow managed to convince myself to say I am just as lucky as everybody else that seems to have everything going on in their life like figured out. Like, I somehow managed to convince myself to say, hey, I'm just as lucky as that person, And what I'm trying to say is like, certain individuals that, let's say, celebrities or whatever, like they're like certain individuals that are like inspiring, let's just say that they're like inspiring. Let's say they managed to accomplish ABC, they do an ABC, and like we're like, oh, I also want to do that. Like, I want to be able to accomplish ABC. I also want to be able to do ABC, And for me personally, I feel like I have convinced myself to say I am just as lucky as those people just happen to just have everything figured out overnight, I just feel like life for me is like slow. It's like so slow, and I get to hear like stories about how, like I get to hear like stories or like see people who just, it's like, oh yeah, things just happen overnight. It's like, yeah, you just go to bed, you wake up the next day and you won yourself $1 million, or like you're famous, or you have ABC, like it doesn't seem practical, but like you get the idea. It's like things just suddenly happen, so, like from nowhere, things just drastically change. So I feel like over the years, I somehow managed to convince myself to say I am just as lucky as those people, and slowly but surely it's like starting to sink in to say, you know what, that may be not the case, and being somebody that loves the fact that we're all unique, like I believe in like uniqueness, like we're all different individuals, different in unique ways from one another. Like the same way I shouldn't really expect somebody else's life to be my own, like the fact that we were like living different lives, like what led you to that life might not be what like leads me to that life, like I might never even like come across such a lack, you know, because we're like different individuals, we're like unique individuals. So like I'm starting to accept the fact that, you know what, maybe that's not my lack. So yeah, I'm not as lucky as those people are, you know? And like, don't get me wrong, I am really blessed. Like I'm so blessed and so favored by God. Like don't get it wrong. Like I'm really, really blessed, and I'm like grateful for that. But I'm just saying, like, because my life is so slow. I keep using the word slow, but like you get the idea. Because my life is like so slow. Like I just convince myself to say, like, the lack of those people that I see where it's like, boom, from nowhere something just happens. Like that's the lack that I'm gonna have. But like, that may not be the case. So I'm realizing that, and I'm like getting comfortable with that. So I may start to do something about it, because I cannot just sit around and wait simply because I convince myself to say there's a possibility to say things might just easily work out for me, you know? Like, it doesn't always work like that. I was overwhelmed, like really overwhelmed. Like I was for real about to like start panicking, and this is because like I felt like something really needed to happen, like things really needed to start happening. Like if not, then I was like failing for real, you know, like I was failing. And if I'm like failing and nothing is really happening, then there's like nothing I can really do about it. So like that was just overwhelming. Like I needed for something to happen so badly, and like this was all happening in like the first few days of like the first month of the first of the new year rather. So it was overwhelming. Like I was just overwhelmed with frustration. Don't panic. My friend texted, and he reminded me that God will surely see me through, and I should just take it a day at a time, and being reminded to just like work according to my capacity. I just like that allowed me to just like breathe, like take a breath, and just like let it all just like sink in, and just go like, you know what, like, yeah, like your life is slow. Maybe it's permanent, maybe it's not, but the fact is your life does feel slow. That's okay. Work with that, work within that, like me trying to rush things, like the more I try to rush things and like things don't work out, like I don't see results producing, like that's not good. That's just like, you know, like nobody wants to see all their like efforts go in vain, you know. So like that, like just being reminded to work in my capacity, like that for me was like a reminder to say, hey, like chill, your life is slow right now, so work with that. Like no need to rush things. Just slowly but surely, change will happen. Like, change is inevitable. So don't rush it. It's gonna happen. When it happens, I have never been the type of person to like stress. I don't like stressing. I don't like to panic. I don't like panic. What's that? Like, I don't. I like the word must never say me panic or stress, like, because I know for a fact, like, regardless, I'm gonna like come out of the situation of the dog. Like, I'm like, you can never like really beat me down completely. So I just refuse. Like, I always refuse to like stress and like panic. Like, things might be going like things might literally be going to hell, but like, I refuse to just start stressing and panicking, like, I will just have my straight face on, like, like, everything is just cool. Like, you will not see me stress. I refuse for the world to just stress me like that. Besides, like, I've always been a chill person. Like, I'm just a chill guy, so I'm like, best believe I'm gonna remain chilled through this whole process. So yeah, for now, little to no change is happening, but like I said, it's gonna happen when it happens, and when it does, like, I wanna be ready. I'm gonna be ready.